विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य जगतगुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद के, नामाचार्य शिला हृदय सागर के। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामा कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन मथुरा धाम के, नवदीप मायापुर धाम के, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम के, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम के, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada की। Hare Krishna. Welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today we are discussing on Canto 4, Chapter 11, Text 25. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Saeva Bhati Hantica. Athapi hai ahankaram. Najjate guna karma bhi. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Saeva Bhati Hantica. Athapi hai ahankaran. Najjate guna karma bhi. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Saeva Bhati Hantica. Athapi hai ahankaran. Najjate guna karma bhi. Prabhuji. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Saeva Bhati Hantica. Athapi hai ahankaran. Najjate kurma karma bhi. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Saeva Bhati Hantica. Athapi ahankaram. Najjate guna karma bhi. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Saeva Bhati Hantica. Athapi hai ahankaram. Najjate guna karma bhi. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Athapi hai ahankaran. Najjate guna karma bhi. Saeva guna khanjanti. Saeva hati hantica. Athapi hai ahankaran. Najjate guna karma bhi. Saeva Vishvam Srijati. Saeva Bhati Hantica. Athapi hai anahankaran. Najate guna karma bhe. Now let's go to Ode to our meaning. Sa, he, eva, certainly, Vishwam, the universe, Srijati, creates, Sa, he, eva, certainly, Avati, maintains, Hanti, annihilates, Cha, also, Atha api, moreover, he, certainly, anahankarat, from being without ego, na, not, ajyate, becomes entangled, guna, by the modes of material nature, karma by activities. Now let's read translation. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki. The Supreme Personality of Godhead creates this material world, maintains it, and annihilates it in due course of time. But because it is transcendental to such activities, he is never affected by ego in such action or by the modes of material nature. Purport. In this verse, the word anahankara means without ego. The conditioned soul has a false ego, and as a result of his karma, he gets different types of body in this material world. Sometimes he gets the body of a demigod, and he thinks that body to be his identity. Similarly, when he gets the body of a dog, he identifies himself with that body. But for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no such distinction between the body and the soul. Bhagavad Gita, therefore, certifies that anyone who thinks of Krishna as an ordinary human being is without knowledge of his transcendental nature and is a great fool. The Lord says, Namam karmani limpanti. He is not affected by anything he does, because he is never contaminated by the material modes of nature. That we have a material body proves that we are infected by the three modes of material nature. The Lord says to Arjuna, you and I had many births previously, but I remember everything, whereas you do not. This is the difference between the living entity or conditioned soul and the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Super Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has no material body, and because he has no material body, he is not affected by any work he executes. There are many Mayavadi philosophers who consider that Krishna's body is the effect of a concentration of the material mode of goodness, and they distinguish Krishna's soul from Krishna's body. The real situation, however, is that the body of the conditioned soul, even if he has a large accumulation of material goodness, is material, whereas Krishna's body is never material. It is transcendental. Krishna has no false ego, for he does not identify himself with the false and temporary body. His body is always eternal. He descends to this world in his own original spiritual body. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita as Param Bhavam. The words Param Bhavam and Divyam are especially significant in understanding Krishna's personality. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Ghananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Again, welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So let me read the translation again. The Supreme Personality of Godhead creates this material world, maintains it, and annihilates it in due course of time. But because he is transcendental to such activities, he is never affected by ego in such action or by the modes of material nature. So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, creates this material world to fulfill the desires of his soul. You know, all the soul they are from spiritual world, but they wanted to enjoy separate from Krishna. They wanted to become the master. So to become the master, to become the master in the spiritual world is not possible. That's why Krishna had to make this. Krishna has to create this material world to fulfill the desire of the jiva. That's why we are in this material world. We have been contaminated. We have been conditioned by the three modes of material nature. But Krishna, he is transcendental. He is not affected by the three modes of material nature. When we start doing bhakti, oh, we'll get into the original position. We'll get into the original position. Due to the three modes of material nature, we are thinking ourselves to the body. We are thinking ourselves to the citizen of that country, like that. Like the person who born in Australia, he thinks himself as Aussie. One who take birth in Nepal, he thinks himself as Nepalese. Like similar, their identity, they have got different designations due to the three modes of material nature, due to the conditioning. But as soon as we get out from this conditioning, we realize that we are the part and parcel of the God. Jivera Sarubhaya Krishna Nityadas. We are the servant of the God. This is our real position actually. This is our real position. But forgetting this real identity, forgetting this original constitutional position, we are identifying ourselves with different things actually. This is not our real position. So we have to fulfill the material, to fulfill the desire of the jiva. Krishna has created this material world, and he makes this material world, and he sent us to the material world with full arrangement. Like he arranged ear, like food, everything he arranged when he sent us to the material world. But we don't have faith in Krishna. We don't have faith in Krishna. That's why we are busy in various kinds of material arrangement, and we are spoiling our human birth actually. So human birth, we get this human birth just to realize ourselves, just to develop the loving service for Krishna, just to revive our eternal relationship with Krishna. This is the goal of human body. But forgetting these things, we are busy in this material world, making different kinds of material elephants. Like recently I was hearing Prabhupada lecture, and he was saying, God is providing, even to the big elephant. He here's all of a big amount of force. Krishna is arranging for that elephant also. But we human being, we don't have that much faith like elephant also. We are so busy, so busy in earning money, so busy in various kinds of material arrangements for the survival existence actually. So this is not good. We have to depend on Krishna. When he has sent us to this material world to fulfill our desire, he has make all kind of arrangements. That's why we have to develop full faith of Krishna. And Krishna annihilates this material world in due course of time. So Krishna creates this material world, and he maintains, and at certain point of time, he annihilates to start for the fresh beginning actually. And but he is not attached to his activity. He is transcendental to all such activities. If a person makes a beautiful house after a lot of struggle, so he is so much attached to his house, right? He thinks, I have made this house after a long struggle. I am the master. He thinks like that. But Krishna, no. He creates innumerable universes, but he is transcendental to such activity. He is not attached to anything. He is always enjoying his pastimes in Golok Vrindavan. So this is the position of Krishna. We wanted to become the master, then we came here in this material world. So here, if we see in this material world, everyone is trying to become the master. He wants to become a superior person. He wants to become superior than the other person. Like let's say, if someone is working in a company, he starts from the low position, like inferior position, but he wants to become the master of a company, and he wants the promotion. He wants to become the manager of the company. Like how this material world is going on. No one wants to become in a humble position, but as soon as one realize oneself to be the part and parcel of Krishna, as soon as one realize oneself to be the servant of Krishna, then he becomes humble. Then he wants to always remain in a humble position, serving the lotus feet of Krishna actually, serving serving the lotus feet of Radha Gopinath. So in that position, in a humble position, one becomes happy. So this is our real position. But due to the perfect reflection of spiritual world, we have forgotten. We have forgotten the spiritual world. We have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. We are trying to become the master. We are trying to become a master. Even if one can't become the master of anything, he wants to become the master of dog. That's why he keeps a dog in his house. At least he can become the master of the dog. But if we see the dog is master, not the owner actually. If a dog pass the stool, if you go to the park, you see if a dog pass the stool, then the owner he collects the stool and throw in the bin. But who is the master here? Dog is the master, right? But the owner thinks I'm the master. I'm controlling this dog. This is he is in dilemma. He is in dream actually. That is not his position. So yeah. In purport Prabhupada writes, the conditioned soul has a false ego, and as a result of his karma, he gets different types of bodies in this material world. Sometimes he gets the body of a demigod, and he thinks that body to be his identity. Similarly, when he gets the body of a dog, he identifies himself with that body. But for the Supreme Personality, there is no such distinction between the body and the soul. We have been taking birth in this material world since time immemorial, and we are taking different kinds of bodies. Sometimes at some time we have taken the body of dog. At some point we have taken the body of insect. At some point we have become the demigod also. Now we have got the human body. In this way we are getting different kinds of bodies in this material world. We are in this material world due to our desire. As I already said, Krishna fulfills all our desires. We had a desire. We had a desire to become a dog, to enjoy. Krishna gives the body of a dog. We wanted to be a demigod. Krishna fulfilled our desire. So Krishna fulfills all our desire. At the last moment of that, whatever our consciousness is, Krishna gives that kind of body. Let's say if one is very fond of eating meats, then Krishna gives him the body of a tiger in his next life, like that. Because in the body of a tiger, he has the good facility to eat meat, like that. But we have got this human body now. We have got the human body now. So human body is the golden opportunity to cross over this material world actually. Human body is the golden opportunity. In other kinds of body, like we have 8.4 million species of life. In other different kinds of body, there is no such opportunity. Only in human body, there is a golden opportunity to cross over this material world. It is like a junction, it is like a junction. From using this junction, either we can go to the hell or we can go to the spiritual world. This is like a junction. So this is a golden opportunity. We have to take this opportunity to make our life perfect and to make the life of others people perfect. So we have to think like that. We have to arrange our life in such a way that we can always remember Krishna. We can always serve Krishna. This will be our position because we are the servant of Krishna. Let's say a duty of a manager is to manage a company. But if he forgets his responsibility, if he forgets his duty, then will he still be in company? Then the higher authority will kick him out. Similarly, we are the part of Krishna. We are the servant of the God. We have to serve him. This is our duty. But we are busy serving our so-called company boss, so-called relatives. We are busy in such kind of things. To serve something is the nature of the soul. To serve God is the nature of the soul. But now we have forgotten that serving nature of God, and we are serving like people, boss, relatives, children, dog. We are busy in this kind of things. So by reading Shastra, by doing devotional service, we can revive, we can remember our duty, remember our responsibility, remember why you are here, what is the relationship with God. So that comes by practicing devotional service very sincerely and very seriously. We may be chanting 16 rounds, coming temple regularly, doing service. But if we forget that we are the servant of God, I have to be in the humble position, serving the God, then the progress will be less actually. Less will be less. It might take many lifetimes to go back to Godhead. So we have to take this process, we have to take this process given by Srila Prabhupada as our life and soul, very sincerely actually. We have to give our life, uh, doing it to serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada and to serve Radha Gopinath. That should be our position. That's your position. Yeah. We have been getting different types of bodies in this material world, seems time immemorial, but Krishna is not like that. Krishna is not like that. He is transcendental. He's transcendental. His body is transcendental, not like us. We have this material body. This is like just a bag of skin, blood, mucus, everything. This is like our body is like that. But Krishna's body is not like that. His body is transcendental. Satchidananda Vigraha. His body is Satchidananda Vigraha. It's not like us. It's not like that. That's why we have to always meditate on the activities and pastimes of Krishna. Janma karma samam didyam evam evatti tattvata takta dhyam punarjanma naitima petisa Arjuna. If one remembers, always remembers the birth, activities and pastimes of Krishna, so during the time of that, he will remember Krishna and he don't have to come back in this material world. Because he is transcendental, right? His birth, activities, his pastimes, everything is transcendental. What is our activities transcendental? No. If we remember Krishna, we don't have to come back to this material world. But if you remember, if you die remembering any material, any conditioned person of this material world, then again you have to come in this material world. Let's say if you remember your boss, if you are working in some company, if you remember your manager at the time of there, will you go back to Godhead? No, you have to come back in this material world. But if you remember Krishna, then we'll go with him in spiritual Goloka Vrindavan. That is the perfection of life. That is the perfection of life. So Krishna is not affected by anything he does, because he is never contaminated by the material modes of nature. So everything Krishna does, it is perfect. Krishna, it's not like Krishna do something and he later regrets, why I did like that. He's not like that. Krishna is always transcendental. His activities, whatever he performs, it is perfect. But we being a conditioned soul, we do something and later we regret, I should not have done like that. We feel like that, we regret later. Let's say if someone if someone makes you angry, you scold him or you beat him, and when your anger is gone, after some time, I made a mistake, I should not have beat him like that. One feels like that, conditioned soul feels like that. But Krishna, no, he never feels like that. Like if we see in the pastimes of Krishna, he killed many demons, right? But he never regrets later, why I killed that Shishupal. He never regrets like that. Because his activities, his pastimes, everything is perfect. Because his Satchidananda Vigraha, that's his all activities is perfect. So yeah, the Lord says to Arjuna, you and I had many births previously, but I remember everything, whereas you do not. As I already said, since time immemorial, we have been accepting different kinds of material bodies according to our desire. But we don't remember, what body we have got in our past lives. But Krishna, he remembers everything. He remembers, what we were in last life, what we have done, what activities we have done in our past life. Krishna remembers everything. That's why he is saying to Arjuna, you and I had many births previously, but I remember everything, whereas you do not. What to speak of last life? We even don't remember what we have done yesterday in this same time. Maybe most of us we were in Bhagavatam class, but still we don't remember what we were doing yesterday. Just 1 day before activities, what we have done, we don't remember, because we are conditioned soul. As being a conditioned soul, we have a tendency of forgetfulness. So we have forgotten our eternal relationship with Krishna. What is the big thing in forgetting the things we have done in our past life? We have forgotten the golden thing. That golden thing is we are the part and parcel of Krishna. We have forgotten that. So, and here Prabhupada said, he is not affected by any work he executes. There are many Mayavadis philosophers who consider that Krishna's body is the effect of concentration of the material mode of goodness, and they distinguish Krishna's soul from Krishna's body. The real situation, however, is that the body of conditioned soul, even if he has a large accumulation of material goodness, is material, whereas Krishna's body is never material. So there are some kind of people, Mayavadis people, who thinks themselves of God. They think themselves to be on the equal position of God. They think that they are the God. They are just here to perform pastimes of Krishna. And they believe like even one what Jiva has got the dog body, he is still performing the pastimes like that. This kind of foolish people think like that, but it's not true. We are the part and parcel of Krishna. Jiver Surba hai Krishna ra Nitya Das. We are the servant of Krishna. We can never become God. We can never become God. Let's say a flying bird, by entering into the beautiful green tree, might think that I have become a tree, but it's not true. Bird is bird and tree is tree. A bird can't become a tree just by entering into the tree. It's not true. So Mayavadis people, they think like that actually. But by doing by doing mistake, these kind of things, they can become God. They think like that. But it's not true. We were servants of Krishna. We are servants of Krishna, and we will be the servant of Krishna. That is our position. We can't never be Krishna. These kind of people, they are changing their bodies. They become old, and when they become old, their teeth fall down, but still they think that they are God. It's not possible. Did Krishna become like that any time? Krishna, when it was battle of Mahabharata, he was more than 100 years of age, Krishna, but still he looked like 16-year sweet boy. But any person of this material looks like that. Even after just crossing 40 years of age, he becomes old. He looks very like scary. Like big stomach, like that. No teeth. Like white hair, like that. This that's how a material person looks. But Krishna, he never went through this situation because he is God. His body is not material like us. Our body is material. Our body is just bag of skin. But Krishna's body is Satchidananda Vigraha. So we should be we should not associate with such kind of person. Mayavadi Bhashta Sunyas, we are Sarvanas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita. If we hear anything from the Mayavadi's people, then our devotional, we will spoil our devotional life actually, because they are very expert in jugglery things. They make various kinds of things. They say we should not have to associate with such kind of people. We should always try to be in association of devotees actually, devotees. So association with the devotees, will make our life perfect. Because I have heard somewhere, if Krishna is very pleased with someone, then he gives one the association of devotees. So through association of devotees, one can do the bhakti. That's why we should be very grateful. We should be very grateful for the association of devotees we have got due to the mercy of Radha Gopinath. Because this is not a cheap thing actually. After going through millions of births, one gets this this golden opportunity to associate with his devotees. Krishna doesn't give this opportunity to everyone, because they don't value this opportunity. Krishna gives this opportunity only to the soul, only to the jiva who is serious, who wants to wants to make his life perfect, who wants to serve Krishna. Only to the such rare person, to person, Krishna gives this opportunity. That's why we have to take this opportunity that we have got. We have to take this golden opportunity of devotee association very sincerely and with very grateful heart. Because as I said, this is not a cheap thing. So and by reading Shastra, by mercy of Prabhupada, we have got this knowledge. We have come to the conclusion that we are the servant of the God. We are the servant of Radha Gopinath. But what about other people who don't know this thing? We have to preach them. We have to preach them. We have to distribute this knowledge to the people who don't know this. We have to make our life perfect. We have to help others to make their life perfect also. That's why Prabhupada came here for preaching purpose. If Prabhupada hasn't come in this soul, then we will have we will not have got this golden opportunity to perform bhakti. But due to the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, due to the mercy of Prabhupada books, we have got this opportunity. That's why we should try to serve in his mission to the best of our ability actually. We have our, maybe we may have a different various material conditioning, but we should try for him from our side. We should try from our side to serve in his mission, actually, to serve in his mission. That's how we can please Prabhupada. That's why we can please Prabhupada. Because if we read the pastimes of Prabhupada, he gave his life just for the preaching thing, actually. At the age of 70, he went to USA, and on the way, he had like 3 heart attacks in the ship, but still he did not give up. He went to USA and started preaching. And he had old body. Prabhupada has old body at the 70. Everyone has old body, but we have got young body. We have like strong body now, so we have to start from now to spread Krishna consciousness movement. Because whether we do or not, this Krishna consciousness movement will go on. Someone will do. Just we have to take the credit by serving the mission of Prabhupada. One time few Sankirtan devotees, they were in Russia, actually, and they met one person, and that person says, "Oh, I already have these books." That person has got the science of self-realization from some his friend, actually, and he said, "I have these books. I don't need like that." And next time, the Sankirtan devotees came to the same place, and he saw that person distributing books. Actually, he wasn't devotee, he wasn't devotee, but he saw that the devotees saw that person distributing the books, and the devotees went to that person and say, "Haribol Prabhu," like that. He didn't know anything about what is that Haribol Prabhu, what is that Hare Krishna. I don't know anything. And which temple you from? Like the devotees asked. What does the temple mean? Like that. That devotee didn't know what temple is, what is Hare Krishna, nothing like that. He didn't know anything. But still he was distributing Prabhupada books. And the devotees he had like they had a talk with that person, and that person says, like, so one of my friend gave me this book, Science of Self-Realization, and while I was reading, I found one nice statement, and that there the author has written, we have to make our life perfect by distributing this knowledge to everyone. That statement touched the heart of that person, and even though he didn't know temple, he didn't know any devotees, but still he was distributing the books. He was a businessman. He had money. He distributed. He printed books on his own, and he was distributing. So that's the power of a Srila Prabhupada book, actually. Books are already in market. Even though we go for a book distribution or no, still someone will do. But we have to go on book distribution. We have to take that credit. Because it's already too late, to stop this Krishna conscious movement. Because books are already in market. Prabhupada books are so powerful. That's why we should try from our side to take the mission of Prabhupada, actually, to take the mission of Prabhupada to the other people, because they are suffering in this material, not knowing the goal of human life, not knowing the relationship with God. But somehow or other we come to this knowledge, right? This material world is not our home. We have to go back to the spiritual world. Krishna is our real father. We have known this already by reading Prabhupada books. But we should also try to distribute knowledge to the other people, because they are also suffering. If we remember our life before coming to Krishna consciousness, what was our life? We didn't have any goal in our life. We were suffering. That's how our life was. That's why we were going through before coming to Krishna consciousness. So the person who are not in Krishna consciousness, they are going through that life now. So how can we be just self-centered? How can we be selfish, not distributing this knowledge to the other people? We should try from our side. We should try best from our side to spread this knowledge to the people. So it's already 8:45. So I want to stop class here. Any question? Any comment? Yes, Mata. No, it's of Krishna, not our soul and material body is different. It's Krishna's body. It's Sachidananda. Yeah. Because we are soul. We have been changing bodies. Next time when you get the body of dog, we become a dog like that. Different bodies, actually. Yeah, not only soul. Yeah, it's special body. Special. No. spiritual body, the real spiritual body. So I didn't get the question actually. Can you repeat it again? Shikha, okay. Like we are in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he used to have these things actually. So we are in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are following him. They are also in line. So, there are like four sampradayas actually. Four sampradayas. We are in the line of Brahma Gauriya Brahma Sampradaya. That is coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are following in the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually. That's why we do like this. We make here like this. We are in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu picture, yeah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had this bold head with Sikha. So we are following his footsteps. Well, there are different sampradayas according to the teachings of their acharya. They follow these things. But we are in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We follow his footsteps. We follow his teachings. And Prabhupada, he also had bold hair, Sikha. Prabhupada, he had. Thank you. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की गौर निताय की जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।